that's the past paper questions which is related to this fourth lesson. So as I mentioned before, in this fourth lesson you have to understand the traditional media, mass media, new media and social media, right? So these are the important points that you have to remember in traditional media. Then this is the things about the mass media and this is the new media and this is the social media, right? So let's see the past paper questions. So when we think about 2020 paper, fourth question, in order to develop the knowledge-based society, a historical role was played by the answer must be the second one, that is book, right? Then the seventh question, folklore is important as a form of communication because it is a method of speech communication. So that is the answer is second one. Then we have 21. Given below are some statements about folk tales, right? So let's see what are those statements. A, represent social consciousness. B, authorship is certainly obvious. C, transmit culture. D, based only on superstition. Actually, when we think about this kind of question, first you have to see what are the things that you can understand the statements true among these, right? So they are asking about the statements true, right? True. So the answer, let's see, represent social. Actually, when you think about B is not correct, right? Authorship is certainly obvious. No, when you think about folk tales, we cannot see the authorship, right? So the B is not a correct answer. So this and this and this, they are not correct answers. So the answers must be second one and fifth one. So let's see. There's a common one, that is C. Let's see. Transmit culture. Yes. Based only on. See this only. Only means this can be untruth, right? So the answer must be A and C. So the answer is the second one. Then part B, we need part C, right? So in part C, 31. Given below are some objectives of acting out folk dramas, right? So among these, what is true about column drama? So we have to find that. A, as a ritual performed for pregnant women. Yes, exactly, when you think about column dramas. Then to provide an adversary message. Actually, that is not a function in column dramas. Then second, C, you have as something that expect prosperity. Yes, the same as before. This C is correct about the column drama. So then to show intercultural connections. Sometimes maybe, but that is not the main focus. Then the last one, as a performance about a destruction of crops. This is not the correct drama for about the destruction of crops. So the answer must be as a ritual performance and as something that expects prosperity. So the answer must be A and C. So the answers are second one, A and C, right? Then 37, 38. You can obtain information by accessing a digital library through the internet. What is the feature of new media that directly affect this? You can obtain information by accessing a digital library, right? Digital library means, actually a library means a collection of books, right? Collection of data, collection of information, right? So that is a database, right? A manual database. But here it says digital library, so that is a database. Digitally we can connect all the necessary information into one table or something like that. We call them as database. So the answer must be database, that is the first one, right? So let's see 2021 paper, right? Here is it. So the fourth question, what is true of mass media audience? What is true of mass media audience? When you think about mass media audience, receiver's role is active. Can we say like that? No, that is not true. Then the second one, it says gives direct feedback. No, they cannot give direct feedback. Actually, there is a delayed feedback. Then third one, it says literary remains at an equal level. Literacy. No, we cannot say because we can't see the audience. So that is not correct. Then fourth one, it is heterogeneous group. Yes, exactly. That is correct. So the answer must be fourth one. Let's see the last one also. There is no broad field of enjoyment. There is. So that is not correct. So the answer must be the fourth one, right? Then the fifth question, the mainstream mass media that establishes false consumer needs is the mainstream mass media. So first of all, you have to see what are mass media. So when you think about radio, cinema, television, they are mass media. But when you think about internet and social media, they are not come under mass media. So we can cut these two. Then when we think about the cinema, that is not, they are asking about the consumer needs. Actually, they are asking about the advertisements, right? Mainly they are focusing advertisements. So the answer must be the television. The answer must be third one, right? Then 17th question, in the process of mass media, acting without a guardians of an external party is actually this is about the hub model, I think. So no, actually this is not this lesson, but the answer must be the first one, accountability. Yeah, so that is it. Then 22, the basic understanding of the functions of mass media relates to basic understanding of the functions of mass media. Actually, what is this? This is the media literacy. Actually, this also come under media literacy lesson, but we can say because there's a mass media, right? They are asking about the mass media, right? So that is media literacy. The answer must be the fifth one. Then 23, consider the following features of folk media. Folk media, they are asking about the folk media, right? There are so many questions about the folk media, right? The correct statements are, they says that is usually verbal. Is usually verbal. Yes, we can say like that. Then has a definite identity. No, we can't say like that. Has only one form. We cannot say that also. Only one form we cannot say. Then is specialized to different regions. Yes, when you think about one region, there's a particular culture, right? The same culture, there must be editions, right? Versions are there, right? When we think about the different regions, there are so many specialties, right? So the correct answers are first one and the last. So that means A and D. That means the answer must be second one, right? Then here also you have part B and part C. So we need part C because that is about our new syllabus, right? We need 46, right? As soon as the results were released, Meena logged into the Department of Examinations website and checked her results. The new media features that helped her in that situation are. So you can see that there are so many questions related to this new media, right? That also very important part in that lesson. So you can see those kind of things also if you are trying to observe these past papers, right? So when you think about that, what is that? Actually, first what Meena did, as soon as the results were released, Meena logged into the Department of Examinations website. Logged, right? එතකොට log වුණා කියන්නේ because of the networking. ඒක તો Department of Examination කියන එක තියෙන්නේ වෙනම තැනක. ඒ website එක තියෙන install කරලා තියෙන වෙනම තැනක. ඒ වගේම Meena ඉන්නේ වෙන තැනක. because of the networking they can connect with each other, right? So the first answer must be the networking. Then, and checked her results. Checks results බලන්නේ කොහමද? අපේ index number එක දාන්න ඕනේ. එයාලා results ටික මෙහෙට send කරනවා through those tables තියෙනවනේ එයාලා හදලා තියෙන tables වලට අනුව අපේ result එක අපිට show කරන්න ඕනේ through the website. So what is that? Actually that is comes under not architecture, not automation, interactivity, that is fast messaging, right? And the new media feature that helped in this situation. Actually this is done through the databases. As I mentioned before, there are so many server computers. In those servers they have installed this kind of website, this kind of data and this kind of information, right? So the answer must be networking, fast messaging and database. With these things they can do this checking her results. So when you think about the the answer must be networking, fast messaging and database. So the answer must be the first one. So when you think about the hypertextuality, actually hypertextuality means linking, right? Here we cannot see any links, right? Then interactivity means here also there's hypertextuality here also. And automation, actually this is not automated because there we have to say the index number, and also in their side also there is a process. So this is not automation, right? We cannot say like that. And also interactivity, there's interactive, but there's in the other part there's no body, right? They have created some instructions and they have fed the information, and when we need we can get them, right? So that there's no any particular person in the other side, so we cannot say that interactive, right? So that is it. Then 49, use the following table to answer the questions, right? What is the option that shows the correct pairing between X and Y? So the first one, social media, right? Social media. Then new media, LinkedIn, Twitter. Then you have convergency contributes for its expansion, is used to disseminate official message, is used to professional networking, is a developed state of new media, right? So when we think about D, a developed state of new media, that is the social media, right? So we can say straight away, we can say first one is D, right? So first one is D. We have two answers. Let's see the second one, new media. What is this new media means, right? New media, yeah, let's keep it aside and let's see the third one. LinkedIn is used to disseminate official message, is it, or is used to professional networking? The answer must be C, right? So the third one C, right? Oh, that also same, right? So fourth one, Twitter. Actually this is used to disseminate official message. So fourth one B. So the answer must be the third one, right? So this is the way how you can get the correct answer in these kind of situations, right? මේ වගේ අවස්ථාවල මේ විදිහට තමයි ඔයාලා දන්න දේවල් ටික ඉස්සෙල්ලාම සිලෙක්ට් කරගෙන ඉන්නේ, ඊට පස්සේ තමයි ඊළඟ ටික බලන්න පුළුවන්, right? So automatically all the example answer එක එනවා through your knowledge, right? So those are the things that you have in this paper. Let's see 2022, right? 2022, right? Fifth question, what is the local art form that is identified for the first time as an intangible cultural heritage of mankind by the UNESCO? Actually what is that? That is actually this is puppetry, right? Actually you can see that in your notes also you have that by the UNESCO they have identified as the heritage, cultural heritage. This is puppetry, right? Then seventh question, what is the component of a newspaper that highlights the writer's opinion and identity, right? What is that? Actually you have to have a thorough understanding about the components in the newspaper also, right? that is also important. So the answer must be the columns, right? Columns. Through the columns you can understand who is the writer and who the idea of the ideas that he holds, right? Through these columns, right? Then you have 19. According to Wilberstrom, mass media consists of three roles. What are they? As I mentioned before, you have when you think about the mass media, you have these kind of three persons are there: Wilberstrom, Harold D. Laswell and also UNESCO, right? එතකොට මේ තුනේම කියනක ඔයාලා separately මතක තියාගන්න ඕනේ. So when you think about Wilberstrom මොනවාද කිව්වේ? Forum and also teacher and also guardian. So here we cannot see guardian. So එකට තියෙන්නේ watchdog කියන එක, right? So the answer must be teacher, watchdog, forum. Not a gatekeeper, not a critic, not a gatekeeper. So the answer must be the fifth one, right? Then when you think about the 21, early warning issued on matters related to protection and disaster belongs to. Actually, it's also a function in the mass media. So what is that? Right? Warning issued on matters related to protection and disaster. Right? So the answer must be surveillance. Right? You have to have thorough understanding about these things also. All Islam words වල තියෙන meanings ටික you have to know, right? Then 27, through an article on the internet based on the newly appointed Prime Minister of India, Ravi managed to find information about his school, university, family and listen to his voice as well as watch a video about him. This process is, now think about, there's a simple point in here. See, through an article on the internet based on the newly appointed Prime Minister of India, Ravi managed to find information about his school, university and family as well as about him. Actually, this is one thing, right? There's an article and inside that article there is a thing which can access his own information. So what is this? Actually, this is the hypertextuality. Through a link, there's a link between this article and also his information, his personal information, right? So that is, the answer must be the first one. Let's see another paper, 2023, right? Third question, what can be considered as an intangible cultural heritage in Sri Lanka? Actually, here it comes as folk songs, but before we had to select the puppetry because they are asking about the UNESCO, right? So don't miss up those things, right? Then seventh one, the function of mass media should perform in order to maintain social stability is what? That is correlation. In order to build up interrelationships, we have to have this mass media, right? Then ninth question, what is the function of mass media that informs the society regarding the possible disasters and threats in advance and initiate a discussion? Actually, we did same question before also, so the answer must be surveillance, right? So this is the benefit. If you have good understanding about the past paper questions and also the other MCQ questions, directly you can access the correct answer in your paper. හරිද? ඔයාලට මේ වගේ කරලා පුරුදුලා දිනන බලන්න ඉතින් මේ වගේම question එකක් නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා තිබ්බේ, right? Because you have arranged මෙන්න මේ ටිකෙන් තමයි ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නේ කියලා තියෙනවා. So that will be easy for you. හරිද? එතකොට ඒ වගේම පිට කොහෙවත් වැඩි ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නේ. So if you have a good understanding about the ways how they can ask questions in your examinations, so that will be easy for you, right? So you can directly access the correct answer, right? Because you have the experience, right? Then we did 9th question. Then 13th question, what are the two media that do not include current affairs adequately? So what are the two media that do not include current affairs? What is that? When you think about the radio and newspaper and television, all these things, they have current information, right? So the answer must be television is there, newspaper. When you think about the books, are they? No, they are not current issues. Inside those books, they are not discussing about the current issues, right? And also magazines also like that. So the answer must be the fifth one, right? Then 14th question, all media carried a number of news reports on dengue fever last week. So this is a media amplification. Actually this was in the hub model, and also not hub model, yes, hub model, in as the advantages in and also I can't remember exactly, I think characteristics of mass media, right? If a certain news is transmitting to the audience repeatedly via different media, we can say that as media amplification, right? Then 19th question, a student needed to refer several old newspapers for his research. He could obtain relevant information from home through the websites without going to a library. Which feature of new media assisted this process? So what is that? Actually this is database. We did a question same as this before, right? Then 32, there was a discussion among the students in the classroom regarding the gatekeeping process that occurs in mass media, right? Among them, the accepted idea or ideas is or are presented by. So you have to select. So when we think about that, you can see Madhu, messages are censored due to this process. Actually, when we think about the gatekeepers, they are censored. The messages are censored. The news can be distorted. Yes, sometimes they can be, right? And it may increase the value of news. Yes, exactly. So I hope that all the answers are correct. So the answer must be the fifth one, right? Then you have 43, right? The powerfulness of Raja's social media usage helped him to secure the job when he faced an interview for a competitive position. The most important social media in such an occasion is, actually if they are asking about this kind of about the jobs, the answer must be LinkedIn, right? So the answer is first one, right? Then 46, right? Ramesh was searching information about a certain incident on a news website. He could access more information regarding the same by clicking a symbol. See that? Clicking a symbol of a finger in the section where he was reading. Actually, this talks about a link, right? Remember those kind of key points, key facts in your questions, right? The term that explains this fact is, actually this is about the hypertextuality, right? Then 47, publishing the content of an advertisement as a news is called, actually this is advertorial, right? So that is why I said before, you have to have a thorough understanding about the content in the newspaper or else the components in the newspapers, right? Then 48, select the correct statement about traditional media. So when we think about the traditional media, you can see it's stereotyped. No, actually they are not talking about this stereotype, right? And it is excluded from socialization. No, we cannot say like that. It exists through generations. Yes, exactly. It transmits information from one generation to another generation. So the answer must be third one. Let's see other things also. Author can be identified. No, we cannot. And it has no flexibility. No, it is flexible, right? So this is this part. And let's see 2024 also. When we think about 2024, fifth question. What was originated as a result of the advertisement of telephone and telegraph technology? Actually, when we think about this is the radio. So you have to remember that, right? Then eighth question. The party to which the highest attention is paid during a radio media program is, Actually, that is for the receiver. Remember that, right? Those are the points that you have to remember, right? They actually they are not hard, so you can remember them, right? Then ninth question, which is bound together and continuously published during a specific period of time by including information required for day-to-day life is. So what is that? Actually, that is bound together, right? So if they say not bound together, we can say newspapers, but they are saying bound together. So the answer must be magazines, right? So the answer must be fourth one. Then 10th question, you have the most conspicuous feature that can be seen in mass media information is. So what is that? When you think about the mass media, the answer must be variety, attractiveness, complexity, credibility, daily basis. Actually, when you think about the mass media other than other medias, when you think about mass media information, they are directly based on the daily basis, right? So you can say the answer must be the third one for the 10th question, right? Then 12, the decisions on information provided by mass media are taken by who? Actually, that is by gatekeepers, right? So the answer must be the fourth one. Then 16th question, a traditional media method that aims to protect crops, prevent from unlucky hazards and providing entertainment is. What is that? That is Sokari, right? So as I mentioned before, colon is for the other purposes and Sokari is for this kind of protection crops, and for the entertainment purpose we use Sokari. So remember the difference between this column and Sokari, right? Then 18th question, many voices one world report was presented by. This is easy, UNESCO. Actually this is sometimes in this lesson you have this one because they are the ones who present those functions of mass media, right? So that is why we can say this question is regarded to this lesson. Then 21, tasks that are specific to new media and social media are providing information and entertainment. Actually this is equal in mass media also. Socialization and education, establishing alternative platforms and relationships, surveillance and interpretation. Actually socialization and education, socialization this also done by mass media also, and alternative platforms. Actually alternative platforms, no, mass media cannot do that, ne? So the answer must be this third one. So let's see, surveillance. Actually this is mass media, the role of a protector and also teacher, this is also mass media. So the answer must be the third one, right? So you can see that directly you have to focus on mass media functions, and you can cut out those answers which holds these mass media functions, and after that one you can directly find what is the functions of new media and social media, right? So that is the way, right? Remember those kind of tricks when you are doing these kind of MCQ questions, right? Then 22, when compared to cinema, a special feature to television is that it what, right? Let's see. Actually cinema, when compared to cinema, a special feature to television consists of collective creative, actually both of them, right? Creative processes are there. Use scripts, both of them. Is an artistic media, yes, both of them. Common media, yes, when we compare to cinema, television is common to all, right? When you think about cinema, that is not common, selected. So uses visual literacy, both of them. So the answer must be fourth. Yes, fourth, right? Then 23, the characteristics to which more attention is paid by television media in the contemporary popular culture is. Television media and popular culture is there. So the answer must be what? The value of education, no. Respect humanism, we cannot say like that, right? The value of simplicity, no, that is very complex. And the importance of aesthetic values, aesthetic elements, right? So when we think about that, actually this is done by not the television, right? This is through importance of, we cannot say like that, attractiveness of consumption is there. Yes, when you think about the popular culture and also television media, this consumption is there. So the answer must be the fifth one, right? Then you have 25. The grandfather said, during our time we got all the knowledge from our ancestors rather than from what is said in different mass media. He talks about what actually? Most of the time grandmothers, grandfathers say like this, right? So the answer must be, actually that is, there are so many things: folk beliefs, myths, folk tales, folklore. Actually all we can say folklore, right? Folk tales, folk beliefs, those all comes under folklore. So we can say that is third answer, right? So if there is a question, answers like these, if there are so many answers, you can select the most common answer, right? So the answer must be the third one, right? Then 30, 32, 35, 37, 38, right? Several characteristics of mass media are given below. What is the most accurate option regarding the above characteristics, right? So they are asking about traditional media and mass media, right? So let's see. Use of simple language. Actually in traditional media they use simple language, right? Then diverse audience. Diverse audience is in the mass media. Then direct feedback, that also in the mass media based on experiences. This is traditional media. So the answer must be A and D for traditional media and B and C for the mass media. Direct feedback and also diverse audience. Simple language එක දෙකෙන් පාවිච්චි කරනවා කියන්න පුළුවන්. But when you think about the diverse audience and also the direct feedback, මේ දෙක නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම mass media, right? Based on experience, this must be traditional media. So the answer must be AD for traditional media and BC for mass media. So the answer must be AC, not AC, AD, right? Yeah. So the answer must be the fifth one, right? See, only referring to these 2 points, you can select the correct answer. That is traditional media, AD. නැත්නම් BC වලින් උනත් පුළුවන්, right? But here BC is belong to mass media තියෙනවා, මෙතන අනිත් එක නැහැ. So the answer must be the fifth one, right? Then the here select the correct statement regarding the role of mass media, right? Correct answer එක මොකක්ද කියලා අහන්න, right? Surveillance is providing information by being attentive. Yes, we can say like that. Providing information is reviewing different incidents and presenting them. Reviewing incidents, no. Providing information can review they are directly presenting. The socialization is making changes in the individual social behavior. No, socialization means actually giving the knowledge about the society. Then providing instructions is developing mutual relationships. No, we cannot say like that, right? Between person and different institutions. Providing instructions, no. This is to correlation or relationships, right? Then providing information is making the public aware of social values and allow them to identify the common problems and challenges. This can be, but most suitable answer is the surveillance, right? Surveillance is providing information by being attentive. එයාලා හොඳට හොයලා බලලා මොකක් disaster එකක් වෙන්නේ කලින් අපිව දැනුවත් කරන එක තමයි surveillance කියලා කියන්නේ, right? So the answer must be the first one. So this is the end of this questions which is correct, which is in the 4th lesson, right? So this is the end of this session. So let's see other important facts and other questions in another video. So thank you for listening and have a nice day.